Those were the top headlines for today in the world of startup, but let's get it going with a startup that is very special in terms of the drone making. They're a Chennai-based drone company, and my colleague Avanne Dubash actually managed to speak to Garuda Aerospace. That's the company we're talking about. She spoke to the CEO as well as the co-founder of the company, Agnishwar Jayaprakash of Garuda Aerospace. Let's go across and listen into the conversation.
Good to have you on board. So run us through who some of the leading investors are that have participated in this round and a little bit more about why you've raised funds currently.
Thank you so much for having me on, ma'am. Yes, it is indeed very elating to share that we have raised 25 crore rupees, about $3 million, and the lead investors are Venture Catalysts as well as WeFounderCircles. We also have a couple of other smaller angels like Hame Angels, Sands Angels, and a few other investors on a private side who have put in money. The reason why we had to raise this round was for a bridge for executing a lot of our orders. Sudden surge of drones have come about. Over 5,000 odd drones have been pre-booked. We've also landed a large IFCO order of delivering 4,000 drones, and the government in fact wants over 2,000 drones on drones as a service model for the agricultural segment. So in line of that, we felt that it was prudent that we raise a quick bridge round right now to ensure that we are able to meet the demands.
All right. So what will the proceeds exactly be used for? Take us through a little bit about what kind of growth plans you have in place, given that you do want to accelerate the demand for it within the agri sector as we are seeing demand only picking up.
Absolutely. I mean, Garuda Aerospace is the first ever drone company to receive the dual DGCA certification for both manufacturing as well as training. So this gives us tremendous avenues for revenues in different segments, namely agriculture, but we also have orders lined up for Industry 4.0 training as well as in the defense. So in line to meeting all these goals, I believe that we had to be prepared with some amount of funding. And I thought that apart from the working capital, there is a lot of technology developments and R&D updates. We've also filed for 4 new patents for our drones, advanced drones that can be multi-purpose and customizable for a variety of purposes. So we feel that there will be a tremendous use case for these drones. And we require some amount of funding. So most of the amount of monies that we have raised will go into working capital for delivering the drones. Some amount of money will be utilized for technology developments, R&D, and ensuring that we are solidifying the tech moat that has made Garuda one of the most valuable drone companies in India today.
You've also achieved a milestone with the partnership with IFCO for a drone order of 400 units. What is the kind of pre-booking that you're currently standing on? How many dealers do you have nationwide? What does the order book look like, given that you are working with a first mover advantage in the agricultural drone segment?
Absolutely. Garuda Aerospace boasts for a 55% market share in the precision agricultural drone segment. We have over 400 registered dealers and distributors throughout the country. We're present throughout the country, and that has been a key to ensure that very good, efficient, and quick after-sales support services have been rendered to all of our clients throughout India. Apart from that, this is a very nascent technology space. It's an emerging tech space, so a lot of handholding is required. And even though we are having over 5,000 pre-booked orders, nearing 10,000 almost, we feel that there is still a tremendous amount of learning and handholding that youngsters in our country, and especially rural entrepreneurs in rural India and in the districts require. So our expansion plans are strategically penned out over the next 5 to 6 months, and we have been doing very, very good numbers. We had 15.9 crores the previous year. We had completed FY23 with about 47 crores, and we're hoping that anywhere between 100 to 120 crores is where we'll end up in FY24. So I believe that the demand has left us in a very, very good situation where we could aspire for higher revenues, but we want to grow stably and ensuring that corporate governance, all of our technology is intact to ensure that we are primed to go IPO next year.
Okay, tell us a little bit more then next year. So what is it when it comes to your overall financials then? You turn profitable in FY22. What kind of a clip are you growing at? How exactly is business shaping up? And do you have a specific timeline for your IPO?
Absolutely. I mean, yes, over the last couple of years, Garuda Aerospace has been profitable. 22, we had above 30% of EBITDA margins, net profit margins of about 24%. Similar this year, we were profitable. So we wanted to have 3 good years of profitable business and establishing the business model, which is sustainable, asset-light, market agnostic, and a recession-proof model that we have specialized in. So we wanted to have that under our belt before we go public. And I think that the markets are very, I would say, generous towards emerging drone as well as emerging technology companies. I feel that Garuda, with our dual engine, one is our brand ambassador, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and also fueled by tremendous technology, has enabled us to reach the widest pockets of our country. And with that, I feel that we will be ready anywhere between September to December of next year to go public.
Okay, good to know. What is the outlook then when it comes to your market share? It's about a 55% market share in this segment. How are you looking to grow it further? How are you looking to really capitalize on the steady growth within the drone industry, which is estimated at about $7 billion currently?
Yes, I mean, when you take a look at the precision agricultural drone segment, farmers are spending anywhere between 20 to 25,000 crores to spray their fields with pesticides and fertilizers every single year. So it becomes a recession-proof business model when you're providing drone technology to suit those needs. But we are not just stopping there. We feel that the consumer drone segment is a very, very big segment that we want to get into. The defense as well as the industry 4.0 space are also very exciting. We have manufactured over 30 different types of drones. We also have the type certificate for the agricultural drone. We're filing for more certifications under the DGCA. And we're also the first ever drone company to receive the agri drone loan as well as the drone subsidy. If you take a look, the government has been launching a lot of progressive initiatives for the drone segment right from 2020 when they started liberalizing drone rules. So the entire segment has seen tremendous growth. But at the same time, there is also a lot of indigenization benefits. We're part of the PLI. These progressive changes have come at a very, very nice time. So that is why companies like Garuda Aerospace has been able to weather the funding winter. So moving forward, we will look at diversification. We will look at exports. We will also look at the aggregation model along with Cognizant Technologies, where we're working together on launching the first ever Uber for Drones app, where you will have drone services provided throughout the country. And we feel that all of these amazing things that we are going to do in the next 3 to 6 months, especially with the new funding that we have raised, is going to prime up for our IPO next year.
All right. So what is the outlook as well when it comes to the valuation that it currently stands at? But basis your previous funding round, what did the valuation stand at and what does it currently hold at?
Well, we've been from a valuation perspective, it has never been my interest to raise and chase valuations like most startups these days, because if you take a look at what's happened in the last couple of years, because of the funding winter and because of a lot of startups facing headwind and market conditions, it has been quite difficult to peg valuations. But we are very stable right there, and we are continuing to raise at the same valuation that we did last year. However, starting with the current round, which we will, for the Series B, we should be able to raise at a lot higher, maybe 2.5 to 3x amount of valuation that we have been raising at Series A. But for me, like I told you, ma'am, it's not about the valuations. It's about how much of a value that we are able to create for our customers as well as our clients throughout the country. We feel that farmers are able to benefit when they're using precision agricultural Garuda Kisan drones. They're able to ensure that over 28% of yield is increasing every single year when they use drones and when they don't. They're using 70% less amount of pesticides and almost 60% less amount of water when they're utilizing drones. So that is the amount of impact that we are having in a huge precision agricultural market like India. So I believe valuations will definitely come. That is not our primary focus. Our focus is into creating value for our clients as well as for our investors.
Okay, and if I may, let's rewind the clock back. You're an alumnus of Harvard Business School and a former Asian gold medalist. So what really led you to enter this space, become an entrepreneur? How did it even happen with Garuda?
Well, I mean, I think it's nice that you're bringing back my swimming days. I think a lot of how we run the business at Garuda can be attributed to my swimming days in terms of me being an Asian gold medalist. It was very, very hard work, and I think that is what we bring to the table. We at Garuda may not be the most talented, the most smartest, the most intelligent. We don't have the IITians working with us, but we definitely make it up with all the grit, determination, and the hard work that we put in every single day when we come to work. Persistence, resilience has been the fundamental pillars of my swimming career when I led the country as an athlete. And then when I went to Harvard, I learned the intricate details and the nuances of business and what not to do more than what needs to be done. And I think that has definitely shaped my business career. And it has also led to a lot of amazing strategic partnerships. A lot of good friends and connects have advised me. And, Garuda runs on a very, very novel thought process of surrounding ourselves with people who are more smarter and more intelligent than us, and being guided by a very, very good advisory board. Because of that, I believe that we have been able to skip a lot of pitfalls and ensure that we have not been falling prey to all these usual mistakes that startups make. So we run more so like a corporate, but with the same energy as a startup.
Okay, thanks so much for joining in and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Take care.